Hello folks, it's Obley with a quick guide on how to upgrade your character's item level to 580 or above in under 5 minutes time, and this can happen on any characters that you do have, so not just your main. Stay tuned, we'll go through it all now. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to level up professions. Now you don't need to level up your own profession, you could find somebody else with a profession, which we'll go over later, but the best thing you can do is just level up professions. So it's quite simple and it's not too expensive to get it done. You can use reagents like the Weathered Crests, as it is week 1, use a concentration to upgrade the level even further if you make it yourself. Now, when you're creating your own professions, you want to specialise into what you know your BIS is going to be. So for me, I know my BIS will be my weapon. It will be a long-bladed sword, a strength and stamina sword, being a frost DK. So I've decided to go down the tree and do whatever I can to increase my skill there, so that when I do make the weapons myself, I can get as high item level as possible. By filling out the tree and by filling up the skill, I can upgrade my item level to 590, 593. You can also visit the auction house for any high grade items that people have looted over the world. They could have some armour up there that's about 570-ish base, maybe a little bit less than that, and you can always upgrade it with additional tokens. So if you want to visit the armour tab just here, if the auction house isn't really buggy, you can see that there's even some high trinkets there at 577 that are not too expensive. You can also visit a crafting work order station where you can put in work orders for people with higher professional levels than you to create higher item level gear than you. So for example, you can pick a Ironclaw sword here. If it's a personal order, then you don't have to fill out the mats, but it would help getting a higher item level. But if it is public, you will have to fill out all the mats and supply your own. The next step you can use is Renowned. So getting your Renowned level up with each faction can award you a 584 veteran piece of gear. It's very worthwhile doing this because the farm for Resonant Crystals is not very high. All you need is level 7 with Council of Dornagle, 8 with the Assembly and 8 with Hallowfall. One of the best ways to farm Resonant Crystals is definitely by dragon riding, because there's 3 different races you can do per bronze timekeeper, and they award between 100 to 150 if you get gold on these, and there's plenty out there, and lots of alts can do it too. And because of the way that the transfer system with Resonant Crystals works, if you do it all on your alts, you can get a vast amount and transfer them all over to your main. So the next tip from me is that you want to be upgrading any gear that you get throughout the world that you know you're not going to be replacing later on. So for example, if you come over to the item upgrades dragons over here, I know that my Nexus is very unlikely I'm going to be replacing that, so I want to upgrade that all the way up to 580 because I'm not going to buy that, I'm not going to craft that. That would be a safe bet to spend Valor Stones I might be over capping on, or Weathered Crest. As Weathered Crest, you're not really going to use those after, well, when Season 1 begins, it will primarily be your carved crests, so you are safe to spend these and upgrade them as much as you like. So for example, Cloak would be a good idea, Neck would be a good idea, Rings would be a good idea as well, unless you're very rich and you can buy some dual crafting rings, and also trinkets too. Upgrading all of that using your Valor Stones and Weathered Crest there. The next thing we'll go over is the world quests. So the best area for world quests by far is definitely Hallowfall, because you have that top area which will give you resonance crystals for everyone that you do. So if you look at the map there, by the Spreading the Light meta quest, normally there will be a handful of these key flame quests. Now once you light up the key flames, you do get the quests. They also open up the mini Keyflame Braziers, which will give you another quest, and it's these Lamplighter Satchels, which have some good rewards in there. Not only do they have rep, but they also can contain Resonance Crystals and the regular quest that you go for as well. So once you've completed those quests, you just return back to there, pick up the satchel, and then loot your satchel, and you will find that you have a little bit of Resonance Crystals, and you might even get lucky enough to have a 570 to 787-ish item there. My last and final step that I would suggest would be to run heroic dungeons. So you can random queue these, you can sign up through the group finder and get a group pretty quickly within around about 15 to 10 minutes. The items that drop here are 571 and they are on the adventurer track, and they're the first step, which means they can be upgraded all the way to 593. The lockouts on heroic dungeons are infinite, meaning you can go as many times as you like. However, the best method for me was to form my own group, farm a specific dungeon, go out, reset and come back in. Once you've done all of this, you should find yourself in a nice lovely set of 580 gear amongst all of your characters, and you'll be fully ready for the season ahead. Thank you so much guys, and I'll see you in the next one.